Hey everybody, Richard S. back with another video, and today is January 8th, 2025. It would have been Elvis Presley's 90th birthday. So thinking about it, I thought maybe I should talk about some essential Elvis albums. Um, and I approached this kind of from the standpoint of if I had to get rid of all of my Elvis stuff, what would I keep? What's the essential Elvis thing? What are the things that define Elvisness to me? Um, for a one-stop shop, I could get rid of all of my CDs and only keep Elvis's 30 number one hits. Literally covers his entire catalog from the 50s all the way through the 70s, with some of the tracks that just never seemed to make it to one studio album. Let's see, some of this later stuff like Burning Love and Separate Ways. Separate Ways is not on this one. But for a one-stop shop, 30 songs, bang, right here. Plus the a little less conversation remix at the end of this is fantastic. So one-stop shop, you're done. You don't need any more Elvis. Go with that. Let's go deeper. I would absolutely have to keep Elvis's Golden Records, and the next one too. This has his earliest set of major hits: Hound Dog and All Shook Up and Heartbreak Hotel, Jailhouse Rock, all of the stuff that 50s Elvis was well known for. As I would also have to keep the follow-up to that, which is 50 Million Fans Can't Go Wrong, released in a bunch of different ways. My intro to this was actually a British release of this that had a very different track listing. But check out that track listing, also all solid hits. Interestingly to me is that volumes 3 and 4 of Elvis's golden hits is kind of but again, that's me. Another essential set of songs for me are Elvis's early releases, the Sun Sessions stuff. Some of his super early songs like That's All Right, Blue Moon, Kentucky, that really big rockabilly Mystery Train, him with his backup and Sonny West and all them. This is classic stuff, and this is essential. In Europe, I think the Sun Sessions came out like this. The track listing is really similar. So far we have the Sun era, early RCA era. What about his soundtracks? Never been a huge fan of Elvis's movies. Some were better than others. Blue Hawaii is arguably a classic, but for my money, from the film standpoint and from the soundtrack standpoint, King Creole. I love the songs on here, and the movie is actually halfway decent as well. So King Creole was a hit. Hard-Headed Woman's on here. Trouble, which was stunning in the movie and stunning on here too. Yeah, some great songs. So best soundtrack would be a keeper, would be King Creole. 60s Elvis is hard for me. He was in the Army most of that time, came back. It took a long time to really get his career back on his feet. So the Live 68 NBC thing, I'll talk about in a minute. But for 60s Elvis, I'm going with From Elvis in Memphis. Had a lot of his later classics, and this is late 60s, this is 69. So I love his voice in this era. It just had a soulfulness to it that just is unbelievable. Wearing That Love Down Look, Only the Strong Survive, Long Black Limousine, In the Ghetto, Any Day Now. Classics, late 60s Elvis, and the Speaker's Corner edition that I picked up several years ago. Stunning, sound amazing, so something to look forward to. And that would be it for 60s outside of probably out of all of the live albums that Elvis has put out in years. I came in kind of with buying my first albums were like Aloha from Hawaii, so in the 70s. Um, the Las Vegas albums are hit and miss for me too, but Elvis's 1968 special, stunning from start to finish. Strong track listing, One Night, Guitar Man is on here. That If I Had a Dream is stunning both visually and sonically. It's an amazing song, and it almost didn't make the film. If you're anywhere in the Elvis historian catalog, it was kind of debatable. Classic live Elvis. 70s Elvis. I chose one. This is really hard for me because I really like 70s Elvis, and some of his mid 70s stuff like Promised Land and Today are albums that I grew up with and played a lot. So, backtracking to 1970, I would have to go with Elvis's Back in Memphis. Kind of a carryover to the, Elvis from Memphis. I'm not sure, I can't remember if these were all recorded in the same sessions and then expanded. But Inherit the Wind, This Is the Story, and The Grass Won't Pay No Mind, From Jack to a King, You'll Think of Me. Stunning. And just the production on here is just so rich. Later 70s Elvis albums had a lot of overlaid orchestration that got really distracting to me. So more recently, I've looked to pick up albums that have taken all that out and make it like the Jungle Room sessions and stuff like that. It's good stuff. So that is it. That was what I would compare to. I could pare my entire Elvis collection down to those, and I could be happy, but I wouldn't be fulfilled. So I'm glad I have a lot of the Elvis stuff I do. Happy birthday, Elvis Presley. You would have been 90 today. Yep, the world misses you. Thank you for being the disputed king of rock and roll. All right, take care, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.